Trump's fiery rallies are always premium entertainment for his supporters, but for his critics, they are a breeding ground for hate and division. In his latest rally in South Carolina, Trump made a joke about blacks that was well received by conservatives. However, Democrats concluded that he was mocking the African American community. And now Democrats want black conservatives to send a strong message to Trump in the upcoming South Carolina Republican primary. Trump jokes about blacks.
Tonight at a rally in South Carolina, Donald Trump actually said this.
These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there, but I can only see the black ones. I can't see any white ones, you see? That's how far I've come.
Former President Donald Trump and his allies are gearing up for an unprecedented campaign to win over black voters in the upcoming 2024 elections. This bold move comes after Trump's surprising increase in black support during the 2020 election. Donald Trump took the stage in South Carolina, ahead of the Republican primary, where he faced off against Nikki Haley, surrounded by some of the nation's most well-known black conservatives, with a message: he can secure a historic share of the black vote for Republicans. On stage with Trump were prominent black conservatives, including Reps Wesley Hunt of Texas and Byron Donalds of Florida. Also present was Ben Carson, who led the Department of Housing and Urban Development during Trump's first term in office. Their presence underscored the importance of this event and the collective effort to secure a historic share of the black vote. The Black Conservative Federation event was held one day before the Republican primary in South Carolina, a state with a population that is 1/4 black. This strategic timing demonstrated the significance of engaging with black voters in a state where their voices hold substantial weight. Trump wasted no time in highlighting the astonishing increase in black support that Republicans experienced in the 2020 election. In 2020, we increased our share of the black vote by 50%, Trump said during his keynote address to the Black Conservative Federation. With a sense of disbelief, he shared that the polling data showed a significant rise in black voters who expressed their affinity for him.
You see what's happening, the polling's coming out, and they go, wait a minute, there must be a mistake here. They're saying black people really like Trump. There must be a mistake.
The former president firmly believes that Democrats have failed to address the needs of black Americans. Drawing from his own experiences, Trump emphasized that he understands the discrimination faced by black individuals within the legal system. This shared understanding, he argued, has allowed him to connect with the black community on a deeper level.
But I got indicted for nothing. That's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing, but it possibly, I don't know, maybe there's something there.
Donald Trump's claim that his criminal indictments are the reason why black people like him sparked a fierce debate among his supporters and critics. Trump's supporters have rallied behind him, echoing his assertion that he is being unfairly targeted. They argue that the indictments are politically motivated and a continuation of the witch hunt that Trump often referred to during his presidency. Many of his supporters believe that Trump's strong stance on issues such as immigration and trade resonated with black voters who felt neglected by previous administrations. We share the dream of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. He was great, Trump told the audience of black conservatives in Columbia. Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great, great badge of honor, because I'm being indicted for you, the American people. I'm being indicted for you, the black population. I'm being indicted for a lot of different groups by sick people. However, Trump's claim has been met with strong criticism from his critics, particularly from the Democratic Party. They argue that his assertion is nothing more than a racist trope that mocks black voters. However, Trump's mugshot and indictments could be seen as a symbol of authenticity. In a political landscape often criticized for its lack of transparency and accountability, the image of a former president facing legal consequences may resonate with some black voters who have long felt marginalized and ignored by the political establishment.
We've all seen the mugshot, and you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for $19 a piece. It's pretty amazing. Millions, by the way, millions of these things have been sold, so I don't know if I'm proud of it or not proud of it.
Trump's speech echoed through the venue. It became clear that this campaign to win over black voters was not just a fleeting idea, but a determined effort to reshape the political landscape. The energy in the room was palpable, and the audience was left with a sense of anticipation for what was to come. At a rally in Rock Hill, South Carolina, attended by thousands of predominantly white supporters, Trump boasted about his indictments, comparing himself to the notorious gang gangster Alphonse Capone. His supporters cheered him on, dismissing the charges as baseless and part of a larger conspiracy against him.
I say often, Alphonse Capone, I don't know if you know who Alphonse Capone is. This was the roughest, meanest gangster in history. I've been indicted more than Alphonse Capone, Scarface.
Behind the scenes, a collection of groups closely aligned with Donald Trump's campaign is preparing to launch a groundbreaking effort to secure a historic chunk of the black vote in the 2024 elections. Led by Black Ohio-based pastor Darrell Scott, who is also a trusted Trump advisor, this coalition is determined to make a lasting impact. The strategy of these coalition groups is to bring together conservative organizations that already have established footholds in black neighborhoods across politically important states. Their goal is to counter what they perceive as negative messages about Trump and engage directly with black communities through voter outreach, engagement, and targeted messaging. Darrell Scott, a key figure in this effort, has spoken directly with the former president about the plan. He emphasizes that they are building a network of dedicated individuals across the country who will serve as soldiers in this campaign. Their collective impact is expected to be significant. The coalition groups are set to roll out initiatives in various communities across the country, focusing on voter outreach, engagement, and messaging tailored specifically to black communities. Their intent is to counter the negativity perpetuated by never-Trumpers and dispel narratives that exist about Trump. The campaign will prioritize direct voter engagement, recognizing the importance of connecting with individuals on a personal level. By engaging directly with black voters, the coalition groups aim to address their concerns, dispel misconceptions, and highlight the positive aspects of Trump's policies and outreach efforts to black Americans. While Trump's controversial statements and actions have raised eyebrows, the coalition groups believe that his policies and outreach efforts will ultimately speak louder than his controversial rhetoric. They are confident that by focusing on direct engagement and highlighting the positive impact of Trump's policies on black communities, they can win over a significant portion of the black vote. The efforts of these coalition groups will not fully kick into gear until Trump becomes the presumptive nominee. However, the groundwork is already being laid, with the stitching together of a national coalition of groups that will serve as boots on the ground. While the names of these groups have not yet been made public, their dedication and commitment to this cause are unwavering. As the campaign unfolds, the coalition groups will craft messages aimed at black voters, focusing on issues such as immigration, opposition to foreign wars, and the economy under President Joe Biden. They recognize that people vote with their pocketbooks, and they aim to highlight the rising costs of living, including food, gas, interest rates, and inflation as key concerns for black voters. The potential impact of these coalition groups' efforts cannot be underestimated. Despite facing claims of open racism from his critics, Trump's 12% share of the black vote in the 2020 election was the highest percentage a Republican president has received in recent decades. Recent public polling suggests that Trump has the potential to exceed that number in 2024, with estimates indicating that he could secure more than 20% of the black vote, a historic achievement for a Republican nominee. But this has not come without backlash, as many on the opposite side of the political divide view his gimmicks as racist.
He is a liar, he is a grifter, and he believes very little about black people and what they actually have to offer this country, right? That, oh, so long as you get arrested and you have sneakers, those are the things that black people are aligned with?
Trump has in fact introduced his new line of sneakers. The former president recently made headlines at a sneaker conference in Philadelphia with the unveiling of his latest venture. Instead of a typical political speech, Trump took the stage to showcase his line of gleaming golden sneakers called the Never Surrender high-top sneaker. Priced at $399 a pair, these sneakers are not only a fashion statement, but also a symbol of Trump's larger-than-life persona. With an American flag on the back and a capital T on the side, these high tops exude a sense of patriotism and Trump's personal branding.
There was a big win for Trump this weekend, hours after he launched his new sneaker line in a surprise visit to SneakerCon in Philadelphia. The gold Never Surrender high tops officially sold out, no word yet on if the limited supply of $399 kicks will be restocked.
The timing of the product launch was particularly interesting. It came just one day after a New York judge ordered Trump and the Trump Organization to pay over $355 million as part of a civil fraud case. Prosecutors had accused Trump, his two oldest sons, and other associates of inflating the value of certain properties and assets for financial gain. Was the unveiling unveiling of the golden sneakers a strategic move to divert attention from the legal troubles and redirecting the focus back to Trump's brand? Was he trying to raise funds to pay his hefty fine, or was he just trying to pander to the black community, which is known for its love for sneakers? Despite the mixed reactions and the taunts from his opponents, the golden sneakers quickly became a hot commodity. Only 1,000 pairs were offered for pre-sale, and they sold out within hours of their debut. The exclusivity and the hype surrounding the sneakers made them highly sought after. Trump even took the time to autograph at least 10 pairs, further increasing their value. The online store where the golden sneakers were available also featured a range of other Trump-branded products, including cologne, perfume, and other sneakers. It was clear that Trump's name had become a brand in itself, and he was capitalizing on it in various ways. And this was not the first time Trump had promoted products bearing his name. From selling wine from his Virginia vineyard to offering a line of steaks through Sharper Image, Trump had always been keen on leveraging his brand for financial gain. The golden sneakers were just the latest addition to his repertoire of Trump-branded merchandise. Although the former president has been accused of mocking and belittling the black community, they are not the only people Trump has made fun of. One person has been on the receiving end of brutal mockery during his rallies. That is none other than Joe Biden. Trump mocks Biden.
And your father was never considered smart. He was never considered a good senator. He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass.
Politics is a dirty game, and politicians are known to drag each other through the mud and hurling insults at each other. Well, the 45th and the 46th presidents of the United States are no exception, as they have been relentlessly going after each other every other day. The latest back and forth is as hilarious as the last. Immediately after winning the New Hampshire Republican primary, Trump took to the stage to have a go at his political rival, just before inviting former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy to make a speech. He took the chance to mock Biden.
We have beaten Biden. You could almost say, who can't? Who the hell can't? The man can't put two sentences together. He can't find the stairs off a stage. Who can't?
This is not the first time Trump is having a go at Biden for failing to find his way around a stage or even stuttering during a speech. While in Iowa, the former president left the crowd in stitches after mocking Joe Biden.
You know, so he walks off a stage, so he finishes his thing. He always goes.
Trump was referencing the numerous times Joe Biden has appeared confused while trying to get off a stage after his addresses. One of the most famous times was during the 2023 UN Assembly, where it seemed he was confused trying to get off stage. Even in his latest rally, Trump couldn't help but mock his top rival in the 2024 presidential election.
Ever notice he starts off strong? Within about 2 minutes, he can't talk anymore. And then he walks off. You ever notice he always goes like this?
Interestingly, Trump revealed in a rally why he relentlessly mocked the president. According to him, his current legal woes are all Biden's doing.
I saw something the other day that was incredible. He's taking questions. And again, I wouldn't talk this way, but he indicted me. Can you imagine? I got indicted. I'd never heard the Wharton School of Finance. They didn't have a subject on you get indicted. It wasn't like something you think about, right?
Trump has been hit with numerous indictments ever since Biden got into office. These indictments, which include both state and federal charges, have rocked the nation and shed light on a series of alleged criminal activities. With a total of 91 felony charges, the gravity of the situation cannot be understated. From falsifying business records to mishandling classified government documents and even attempting to overturn the 2020 presidential election, Trump finds himself at the center of a legal storm. As the trials approach, the nation eagerly awaits the truth to be revealed and justice to be served. One of the indictments led to Trump's now famous or infamous mugshots, which according to him have made him more relatable and likable to the black community.
This is an image that will be in the history books. This is the mugshot of the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
On August 24th, 2023, the former President of the United States States voluntarily surrendered himself to authorities at the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta, Georgia, after being indicted on racketeering and related charges. This pivotal moment led to the capture of a mugshot that would make history. In order to understand the significance of Donald Trump's mugshot, we must first delve into the background and events that led up to this historic moment. On August 14, 2023, a grand jury in Fulton County, Georgia, indicted Trump on charges of election racketeering and related offenses, issuing an arrest warrant that would forever change the course of his post-presidential life. Donald Trump found himself at the center of this indictment, facing a shocking 13 criminal charges related to alleged attempts to overturn Joe Biden's victory in Georgia.
A grand jury in Georgia has indicted former President Donald Trump as part of an investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
What makes this indictment even more astonishing is that Trump is not alone in this case. He is joined by 18 accused co-conspirators, including notable figures like Rudy Giuliani and Mark Meadows. The details of this indictment are nothing short of mind-blowing. It alleges that Trump and his co-conspirators engaged in a coordinated effort to subvert the democratic process and undermine the legitimacy of the 2020 presidential election. The charges range from election fraud to racketeering, painting a picture of a vast conspiracy aimed at overturning the will of the voters in Georgia.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state. I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break.
The alleged attempts to overturn Joe Biden's victory in Georgia involved a series of actions that sought to undermine the integrity of the electoral process. These actions included spreading false information, pressuring election officials, and even attempting to manipulate the vote count. The indictment claims that Trump and his co-conspirators were willing to go to extreme lengths to achieve their goal of overturning the election results. The charges against Trump were a culmination of a lengthy investigation into his alleged involvement in election interference. The grand jury believed that Trump had played a significant role in manipulating the electoral process, leading to his indictment and subsequent arrest warrant. The district attorney of Fulton County offered Trump the option to surrender voluntarily, giving him a chance to present himself to the authorities. It was on the evening of August 24, 2023, that Trump made the decision to turn himself in at the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta, Georgia. Clad in a blue suit, white shirt, and a red tie, he walked through the doors of the jail, ready to face the consequences of his alleged actions. The world watched as the former president, once known for his powerful persona, now faced the reality of the legal system. Upon arrival at the jail, Trump was booked and given the inmate number P011358809. The process was swift, as he was processed and released on bond. However, it was during this time that the iconic mugshot was taken. Standing in front of a gray backdrop, Trump glowered at the camera, his face lit from the side and from above. The image captured a moment of defiance, a visual representation of a man who had once held the highest office in the land, now facing the consequences of his alleged actions. The mugshot quickly gained attention and became a symbol of controversy. It was the first and only police booking photograph of a U.S. president, making it a historic moment in itself. The image was published by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office and soon found its way into the public eye. Little did anyone know at the time just how impactful this photograph would become. The release of Donald Trump's mugshot sparked a flurry of reactions and became a focal point of public discourse. Its usage extended beyond the confines of law enforcement, making its way into various aspects of popular culture and media. One notable area where the mugshot gained attention was in fundraising efforts. Prior to Trump's arraignment in April 2023 in New York City, his daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, predicted that any mugshot of Trump would become the most famous mugshot in American history. This prediction proved to be true, as Trump's 2024 presidential campaign seized the opportunity to capitalize on the photograph. Shortly after Trump's release from the Fulton County Jail, the campaign began selling merchandise featuring his booking photograph. T-shirts, mugs, and other items adorned with the mugshot became sought-after collectibles for Trump supporters. The campaign claimed to have raised a staggering $7.1 million since the release of the photo, demonstrating the enduring appeal and financial potential of this iconic image. Beyond fundraising, the mugshot found its way into the realm of internet memes. The internet, known for its ability to quickly transform moments into viral sensations, embraced the mugshot with creativity and humor. Memes featuring Trump's glowering face flooded social media platforms, providing a source of entertainment and commentary for millions of users. The mugshot became a symbol of controversy and defiance, with internet users using it to express their opinions on Trump's alleged actions and the state of American politics. The viral nature of these memes ensured that the mugshot remained a topic of conversation long after its initial release. The impact of the mugshot was not limited to the digital realm. It made its way onto the front pages of newspapers worldwide, becoming a visual representation of a significant moment in history. Many newspapers featured the mugshot prominently, with some even splashing it across their entire front page. Others opted for teasers, using thumbnails of the booking photograph to entice readers into delving deeper into the story. The mugshot became a symbol of controversy and defiance, capturing the attention of both supporters and critics of Trump. Its presence on newspaper front pages solidified its status as an enduring image that would be remembered for years to come. The mugshot also garnered attention from news outlets and commentators. CNN described it as one of the most iconic images of anyone who served as commander-in-chief, highlighting its stark simplicity and the potential discomfort it may have caused for a former reality star for whom image was everything. The Independent emphasized the historical and cultural significance of the mugshot, acknowledging that it would be seen everywhere and forever. The Telegraph characterized the image as a hostile pose, capturing Trump's contracted eyebrows, pursed lips, and menacing scowl. Time magazine drew attention to the details of the mugshot, from Trump's platinum blonde hair to his hard stare and flattened grimace. The mugshot also drew comparisons to iconic images from film and popular culture. Commentators likened Trump's expression to the Kubrick stare, a gaze emblematic of several memorable characters in Stanley Kubrick's films. Internet memes and commentary drew parallels between the mugshot and the menacing stare of Vigo the Cruel from Ghostbusters 2, as well as the blue steel pose of the eponymous character in the movie Zoolander. These comparisons added an extra layer of cultural significance to the mugshot, further solidifying its place in popular consciousness. Even President Joe Biden, Trump's successor, weighed in on the photograph when asked by a journalist. Biden mockingly described Trump as a handsome guy and a wonderful guy. Well, despite his tribulations with the law and his rivals accusing him of mocking the black community, Trump's strategy and messaging may have worked, as he has won the South Carolina Republican primary. With Trump seemingly looking unstoppable as the Republican nominee, it will be interesting to see what controversial things he will say on his campaign trail as we head into the 2024 presidential election. If you enjoyed this video, click on the boxes playing on your screen to watch similar content.